Hello students, I hope you all are good. Today we are going to study a new chapter, coal and petroleum. The very first topic of this chapter is resources. So what are resources? Resource is the source or supply from which we are getting something or we are benefited in some way. So there are two types of resources. The very first is natural resource and the second one is man-made resource. What are natural resources? Natural resources is something we obtain from nature such as wind, soil, water and air. So natural resources are subcategorized into two types: inexhaustible natural resources and exhaustible natural resources. So what are inexhaustible natural resources? The resources that occur naturally but are unlimited in nature are called inexhaustible natural resources. They do not get exhausted by human activities such as air and sunlight. The other one is exhaustible natural resources. These are also naturally occurring resources, but they are limited in nature. So they are called as exhaustible natural resources. These resources can be exhausted by human activities and might disappear altogether, or it may take thousands or hundreds of years to get replenished. For example, forest, wildlife, minerals, coal, petroleum, natural gas, etc. So, the natural resource was subcategorized into exhaustible and inexhaustible natural resources. The other one is man-made natural resource. What is man-made natural resource? A man-made resource is something made by humans for their consumption. This is not naturally available. So that is why it is called as man-made resources. Now we will get to know what are fossil fuels. Coal, petroleum and natural gas are the examples of exhaustible natural resources. They are also called as fossil fuels. How are fossil fuels are formed? Fossil fuels are formed by fossils or dead remains of living organisms. Now we will come to know what are fuels. A fuel is any substance that releases large amount of energy in the form of heat and light when it is burned. When the substance is burned, it releases a large amount of energy in the form of heat and light. Such substance is known as fuel. For example, coal and petroleum are the examples of fuels. So in this chapter, the fuel has been categorized in three forms: solid fuels, liquid fuels and gaseous fuels. So what are solid fuels? These are the fuels which exist in solid form at room temperature. The example of solid fuels are coal, firewood, animal dung cakes, charcoal, coke. What are liquid fuels? These are the fuels which are volatile liquids that produce vapor which burns and produce heat energy. The example of liquid fuels are petrol, diesel, kerosene. The third form of fuel is gaseous fuel. These are the fuels that exist in the form of gas or as mixture of different gaseous forms, different gaseous fuels. For example, natural gas, biogas, CNG, coal gas. So now we will get to know why do we need fossil fuels. There are different uses of fossil fuels such as transportation, cooking, heating, electricity production, industrial usage, rockets and other space vehicles. What are the characteristics of good fuel? It should be economical. It should be available easily. do not produce or emit poisonous gases on burning. It should produce a large amount of heat with respect to its mass, that is, its calorific value should be high, easy to transport and handle. It should not produce bad odor. It should be clean and should not produce many ashes. It should not ignite easily at room temperature. Now we will get to know about one of the example of fuel, that is coal. What are coal? Coal is a fossil fuel. It is formed from dead plants matter over millions of years due to heat and pressure. Now we will get to know how coal was formed. Before the dinosaurs, many giant plants died in swamps. So they get buried under water and dirt. Many layers of water and dirt, they get buried under many layers of dirt and water. So due to that, heat and pressure produced and it turned the dead plants into coal. This was the method or methodology through which we got coal. It has been written in few lines. Over millions of years, coal is formed through different biological and geological process on dead and decaying plant matter. Now we will get to know what is carbonization. Coal is mainly made up of carbon. The process of conversion of dead vegetation, that is plants, when the plants get converted, dead plants get converted into coal, this process is known as carbonization. How do we get the coal? We get the coal from coal mines. What is the composition of coal? Coal mainly consists of hydrogen, carbon, oxygen and sulfur. What is coal mining? Coal is actually extracted from ground with a process which is known as mining. So there are two types of mining. The very first is open cast mining and the other one is underground mining. What is open cast mining? Mining in which coal is extracted from near the earth's surface is called open cast mining, and when the coal is extracted from deep inside the earth's crust, that is said to be underground mining. So there are different types of coal: peat, lignite, bituminous, steam coal, anthracite, graphite. What are the uses of coal? Coal can be used as cooking. Coal can be used as fuel for cooking, for thermal power plant to produce electricity, as fuel in various industries. It was once used in running steam-powered railway engine, and many more. Now we will get to know the next topic, that is destructive distillation. What is destructive distillation? When we heat the coal at very high temperature in the absence of air to obtain various useful products, this process is known as destructive distillation. In this, we are showing what kind of materials we are getting through this process and how this process works through a flowchart. The coal is strongly heated in the absence of oxygen, and it gives two kinds of residues. The very first is solid residue coke and the second one is hot vapors. The hot vapors are cooled and bubbled through water. It produces insoluble gases, which is known as coal gas, and condensed liquid, which is then allowed to stand for some time. The upper layer is known as liquor ammonia and the lower layer is known as coal tar. So through destructive distillation process, we get the products such as coal gas, coal tar, coke and liquor ammonia. So in this chart we are describing what are the major products we are getting: coke, coal tar and coal gas. What are hydrocarbons? Hydrocarbons are the substances which mainly consist of carbon. and hydrogen. Compounds like methane, butane, hexane are hydrocarbons that are produced in burning the fossil fuels. So what will happen if the coal reserves get depleted? If the coal reserves will get depleted, it would become much difficult for us to produce energy for various purposes. So what we should do? Hence we must use coal in an efficient way. What are the substances which are released on burning the coal? These are the substances which gets released on burning coal: carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, sulfur dioxide, nitrogen, lead, arsenic, mercury. Now we will get to the next topic, petroleum. What is petroleum? Petroleum is made up of two words, petra and oleum. Petra means rock, oleum means oil. It is mined from the rocks under the earth. Now we will get to know how petroleum and natural gases are formed. Through this diagram, we will see that tiny sea plants and animals get died and were buried under the ocean. Over time, they were covered by sand and silt and water. And after that, what we do? Today we drill down through layers of sand, silt and rock to reach the rock formation that contains oil and deposits. So this is how we get the petroleum and natural gas. First oil well in world was drilled in Pennsylvania, USA in 1859. And the second oil well in world was drilled in Makum, Assam, India in 1867. Refining of petroleum is the next topic. What is refining of petroleum? Petroleum is a mixture of many things such as petrol, diesel, petroleum gas, paraffin wax, lubricating oil, etc. It is dark, oily liquid, unpleasant odor. So what we have to do to get petrol, we have to separate all the unwanted materials. The process that takes place in doing this is known as petroleum refining, and the place where it happens is known as petroleum refinery. So these are the products we are getting from petroleum and natural resources. Why petroleum is also called as black gold? Because it is commercially successful substance. The useful substances obtained from petroleum and natural gases is called petrochemicals. What are petrochemicals and where are these used? Petrochemicals are used in manufacturing synthetic fibers, detergents, polythene, man-made plastics and other places such as for the production of fertilizers. Now we will get to know about natural fuels. Natural fuel is a fossil fuel found naturally as a hydrocarbon gas mixture in the oil wells. Its main component is methane. Gases like carbon dioxide, helium, nitrogen and hydrogen sulfide are also found in natural gas but in small percentage. How is natural gas important as a fossil fuel? Natural gas is important as this fossil fuel can easily be transported through pipes. It can be used for starting material for manufacturing many chemicals and fertilizers, and it does not produce pollution. What is compressed natural gas? Compressed natural gas, CNG is compressed natural gas. It is a natural gas stored under high pressure. What are the use of compressed natural gas? It is used to generate power. It is a clean gas, so it produces less pollution other than petrol and diesel. It is also used in homes and industries. Why is CNG considered as a cleaner fuel? Because it produces less amount of pollution than other fossil fuels. Natural gas emits 50% less carbon dioxide sulfur and nitrogen oxides in air. Therefore, it is called as cleaner fuel. Some natural resources are limited, such as coal, petroleum, and natural gas cannot be created in laboratory, as it is not possible to create natural conditions under which they are formed. So it takes thousands of years to form. What are the consequences of burning of fossil fuels? It produces air pollution, and the second consequence of burning fossil fuel is global warming. It increases the temperature of the earth and increase the global warming on earth. Why should we use fossil fuels economically? Because they are available in limited quantity, and burning these fuels also cause air pollution as well as global warming. So we should use these fuels economically to make sure that they should exist for longer time, and the risk for global warming may also be reduced. How can we save petrol or diesel while driving? According to PCRA in India, we should take some necessary steps. For example, drive your vehicle at a constant and moderate speed, maintain tire pressure at correct levels, switch off the engine when you are waiting, or such as at traffic light. Do regular maintenance of your vehicle. Why fossil fuels can last for 100 years only? Fossil fuels, as we know that fossil fuels are exhaustible resources, which mean that they are not present in abundant amount on the earth. They take thousands and hundreds of years to replenish. The rate at which they are being consumed today is increasing at a very rapid pace. It means that more amount of fossil fuels are being used than it is being replenished. Hence, scientists claim that they replenish completely in around 100 years. Thank you for watching this video.